Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Okay, this is a story I want to share with you, and it's my own testimony in a way. It's my own story. uh, I want to share that with you because of what I say in my previous video when I talk about the word racism, slavery are two words that can be very toxic and make black people lose their mind, lose their the capacity to think rational. The moment we hear this word, even in church, you saw yourself the pastor who are preaching and who think that that's the right preaching you should say in your congregation or in your church, saying that, oh, that man is racist. Okay, and then you have no proof of what you say because you didn't even understand some of his message, and then you finish by saying that he's racist anyway. So my story is this. That's why I will tell you why I decide to stop talking and be around people who talk about racism every time, because it's seriously toxic, and these people they don't even understand that. So it happened years ago, many years ago, when I first came in America, because when I was young, my parents never raised me to avoid racism. My father, he went to study in America in the very early years, he went to study in America, but it was interesting because my dad never talked about racism. He have lived it, but he didn't care, okay? And what is very special for him is like the people who have really mentored him were white in his career. So, so in my home, my parents have friends of different race. So I never saw the racial issue since I was young. The only time when I heard the first time I heard the word racism per se, it was at school. That's what I say. School is a second place where children get another type of education. I don't know, another type of learning life. Okay, at home, the first people who raise you, the first people that you know are your parents, and then your family member, your parent, and then school is a second place where you will learn about life. So I was in primary school, and I had a friend of mine who was from another country, and she wasn't black, obviously. So that girl was she was from another country. She was not black, of course, and we were friends. We were playing together. Her name was Diana, and we were playing together. So Diana and we were playing together. She was even teaching me the alphabet. We were singing the alphabet. And one day, we were sitting as usual outside, playing together, and her older sister came, and she put her away from me, just like that. And then she said, I don't want you to play with my sister again, and you don't play with her anymore. I didn't understand what it was. It was like, what did I do wrong? As a child, you don't understand. So I thought that her sister was just mean, or she was in a bad mood, and something like that. It just happened like that. And then after the break, we came back in the classroom. And when we came back in the classroom, Diana started to act weird. She started to put stuff between us. She separated our stuff. She didn't want to touch my stuff, and she didn't want me to touch her stuff anymore. Then I asked her, Diana, I did something wrong to you? And she was ignoring me. And then that's when my other classmate, who was next to me, who was behind me, who saw the scene, she whispered to me. She said, Diana is racist. That was the first time I heard the word racist in school, not at home. And then I was like, what do you mean by racist? She said, you don't understand. Diana hates black people, so she hates you. So I couldn't understand what it was because Diana and I was playing all this time, and suddenly, she hate me. So I didn't get it. So later when we left the class, the girl, the classmate who was black, obviously, but she was mixed, I think. She came out and she told me, Liz, I will explain to you what racism is. And I was like, it was a new word that was introduced to me. And she said, racist people are people who hate black people. That was the first time I found that the word racist was only for against black people, okay? And she said, Diana is racist. And I say, but I don't understand. I did nothing to Diana. She said, yeah, she doesn't like black people. You see, me, I'm mixed. I have white and black in me, but my skin came more black. My skin came more black. And you can see my hair are mixed. I mean, and then she was talking about many things I couldn't understand. That girl was so aware of racial situation that even I didn't know. So her father told her about racism. That's why she was aware of that. Me, my parents, never. My cousin on the other side, she knew about racism because her father went through racism and was taking it very personally. So my cousin, when we were playing together during summer, we always say this word: you never, ever trust a white man, because a white man will always deceive you. That was my cousin who told me that. And we were kids. And I asked her, why do you say that? Because my dad told me that you never trust a white man. Never close your eyes. Never trust them. Never. That's the first time I heard about the word racism. All this time, I didn't know because my parents have friends visiting us, nice people, black, white. So I didn't know that, okay? So I didn't care because obviously if you travel, you have in school, white, black, I didn't really care because after that, it didn't really affect me that much. Later on, that happened when I went to America. I was very, very excited. Imagine, I never knew I would go to America. I wasn't even looking to go to America at all. But with time, it happened. My sister, who was going there ahead of me, because she wanted to further even more studies, because she was already working, but she wanted to further more studies. And she told me, because I was already working, and she said, I don't want you to stop there. I want you to go continue your studies. And I say, where you want me to go? And she said, I want you to join me in America, because she was already going. And I was still in my country. And I said, no, I'm scared. I don't want to go. Everything is big. I'm scared of America. Maybe because on TV, they were showing that black people they were killing black people a lot. So I was scared. Of course I was scared. It makes sense. So I wasn't, and then I saw obesity, the way they were eating. I mean, I love the little American history I read, and, I like American culture from what I watched on TV at the time, the sitcom TV like Arnold and Willie, all this good Cosby Show. It was beautiful to see, but I didn't want to live there. But life is very special. I found myself there. So my sister was already there and so on. So anyway, I will try to not give too many details on people concern the story, okay? Because I believe in privacy. So I had a very close friend there. And my first day in America, when we went to New York City, I was just excited. New York, na 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 na. You have this song in you, like, okay, you have this music of New York, okay. Your man, you look New York, and so, okay. I was like, yes, I was dreaming already. Like, I wasn't even thinking I saw white, black, I was okay. And that's something my sister told me before I took the flight, because before, because I took the flight myself. She was already gone. She said, and I remember that many times, she told me 3 times. And then the day before the trip, she said, when you go to America, remember one thing. I say, what? If the police ask you something, do not resist. Give the papers, give everything. Don't argue and just do what they ask you to do. My sister told me that a long time. I was before even, that was weeks before my trip. And the day before the trip, she called me again. She told me, when you go to America, always, when the police ask you a question, I don't know why she took time, and I didn't understand why. I was like, oh, of course. No. It's later on that I understood why it was that important. But I just follow what she told me. And at the airport, you know, you study English, but English in real life is different, because the American English, is like, they speak like, you can't, you know, for us who learn English at school back home, and then you go to America, the American is like, it's like they don't articulate. It's like, when they speak is, I mean, maybe it depends of the area of the state, because the South is kind of different. But when I was to New York, I couldn't hear. I said, what is he saying? But anyway, so fast forward. I went to the host family, okay? And the host family, the woman was from another country originally, but she was American. And we have many students from different countries, because she has a big house, 1-2 level, and a big house. So she had many international students in the house, many students, but we were a number. But the house was big, so you couldn't even feel like we were many of us. And there were some American students also who were there for some reason. They want to be with international students. So I met girls who were from Europe and Asia. And our side, they were Asian girl, very nice, very, very nice. Very nice. She was showing me how to do sushi and stuff. I mean, we were spending time in the kitchen, laughing together, and so on. Until, I mean, those, you know, the girl, you know. And then one day, but I wasn't speaking good, and they weren't even speaking good English either. Okay, let me go to part 2.